great being with you today, and how to live from a space of gratitude for what still is in our life, the many blessings that we receive every day, and even some of the blessings that have come from the challenges, from situations like, for example, let's say the pandemic, and how difficult it was and still is, and on the other hand, how many new understandings we have had about ourselves, about what's important in our life, how to slow down, how to value and enjoy the relationships we have, how to learn about ourselves and how to take care of our body and mind. So many understandings and moving forward that we didn't have before the pandemic. And even at the level of community, our understanding of how we are all interconnected and how important it is that we are all healthy, and how to provide those services so that everyone can be healthy, and knowing that we are all really just one, which perhaps before we didn't realize so clearly. So I also am going in this session, going to start combining the different steps, because they don't need to be in the exact order that they have been presented. They can be, of course, together. So, for example, in the first one, the first session, we were talking about sitting with what's happening and noticing what we are adding to the situation that can be problematic. And then in the second one, how to move forward from where we are stuck. Well, sometimes when we feel really stuck, instead of going to the space of what am I adding, if one feels I don't have enough strength to start doing this separation, let's take care first for being able to cope with the situation itself by getting unstuck. And to me, something that you always have handy is your hands, and of course, and you can bring them to your heart. And I was thinking of this saying that's in the Jewish tradition, that it says, well, if you are in the darkness, don't curse the darkness, light a candle. And I was thinking, well, what if I'm in so much despair that I don't even know where the matches are, or I don't even have a candle? And so I was thinking, well, in that case, come back to your body. That's a way of lighting the candle, and you have your hands nearby. So at any moment, it doesn't matter where you are, what situation it is, even if you feel, I don't think I have any more strength left, well, just bring your hands to your heart and allow the healing power of your hands, which we all have. We have vortexes of healing energy in the center of our palms. Bring them to this point that we have at the breastbone, more or less at the height of the nipples. If you go along the breastbone, you find an indentation there. And so bringing the healing power of the hands there, and just even the touch, when sometimes part of the despair is that one feels alone and one feels separated and just struggling as totally isolated. So one way to bring this sense of having someone with you, so have yourself with you, give yourself the love that you think other people could give you, just bring your hands and your touch to the area of your lungs and your heart. And And have a few deep breaths there, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. So we are inhaling, replenishing, fresh air, inspiration in whatever measure it's possible. And then in the exhale through the mouth, this long exhale, we are letting go of layers and layers of that resistance, of that burden that we are carrying. And we keep inhaling slowly, gently, and deeply while we feel the touch of our hands at the area of our heart and our sea of tranquility point. And we keep exhaling through the mouth, this long, slow exhalation, which triggers the relaxation response. It triggers the capacity of the vagus nerve, which is your longest nerve all along the spine, to send a sense of relaxation to your whole chest and abdomen and to your head and face. So we are using two super powerful tools, probably the most powerful tools, which are the breath, especially the long exhale that triggers the relaxation, and the power of the vagus nerve befriending our nervous system at the time when we feel we really need to come back home to our body, to our healing. And perhaps we are feeling at the end of our capacity to respond. This is something you can always have near you. This is lighting the candle in the darkness. Sense your own sense of touch and your deep inhaling and exhaling, especially longer exhale. With compassion for yourself and your situation, and knowing that you can and you will be able to cope with this, that you are experiencing it right now. So I invite you to remember what is that you are working with this weekend, this session. What is your intention for the session? And as you inhale slowly, gently, and deeply through your nose, and exhale a long exhale through your mouth. Be silent. Let's practice 5 of this breath, letting go of the old, drawing in the new. Sensing this sense of deep relaxation as you exhale. And of renewal as you inhale. You probably notice that by doing this practice, your whole body, mind relaxes and comes to stillness. And this is something you can practice anytime, any day, whether you are sitting or laying down in bed or even walking. So if you were to take just one practice, this is one that I hope you will remember, because it's just so simple and so powerful that can give you assistance in any moment, no matter how tired you might be or feeling that you need some support. It just has everything: the touch, the accompanying yourself, the giving yourself that love and support that sometimes you would like to receive from outside. And the thing is, people can from outside accompany us, and it's lovely, but we cannot always count on that. And the other, even deeper understanding is that what we are seeking, that we are seeking outside, is something that we are seeking even deeper inside, of coming to terms with ourselves, with this stillness, and relying resilience, this capacity to, yes, the challenges are big, and ready to work with them as ways of developing greater understanding of myself, my organism, and also what's of value to me, and how to keep coming to these spaces of peace, from peace and from gratitude, which is what we are going to be also practicing just now. A whole different way of going through the day and going through the life is possible. So gratitude is just such an amazing, powerful tool, in the sense of, like we were saying, we usually tend to worry and regret what we don't have, or maybe what we had and we lost. But if we can bring ourselves each day into the celebration and appreciation of the many gifts that are given to us, one of which is to be able to breathe and to be alive. And so starting with the most basic, the ones that we still have, no matter if we are aging or if we are, and again, I have come twice today to this concept of aging. Aging doesn't necessarily mean a difficult time. There is wear and tear, and sometimes diminishing of some of the functions that we had, but still there is a way of working with all these changes, and knowing that all in life goes through this period of arising, being in full bloom, and then eventually not having um, so much blooming, let's say, but still a lot of blooming from inside. That totally depends on how we start every day and how finish every day and how we go through the day. So I, to me, gratitude is like the vitamin for the soul. It's like, I would call it the G vitamin. Other people talk about C vitamin is very important, D vitamin is very important. Well, for your immune system and for your resilience physically and in your mind and heart, the G vitamin is the key. And so it's so important as we begin every day and as we finish every day to take a moment to take these 3 pills of vitamin G. And so find three gifts in your life that as you begin the day, even before you think about what things need to be done in the day and accomplish, and maybe also we have this tendency of thinking, well, what could go wrong? What problems do I have to solve? All that. Just before all that, train yourself as you wake up and you open your eyes. Okay, I still can open my eyes. I still can perhaps breathe. It means you're alive. You're breathing. Maybe your sense of hearing is diminishing or not, whatever, but just have the pleasure of taking that inhale and sensing the air coming in and touching your nostrils, and like a big sigh, and then exhaling and giving thanks for being alive. And perhaps you are seeing the light coming in the room, or the touch of your hands on your chest, and some really, really basic blessings. And then other blessings, maybe people in your life, maybe something that you are looking forward to experience that day. Nothing complicated. The more simple and basic, the more we rejoice in what is already in our power, in our hands, the more then that we develop this habit of giving thanks and being in this state of love and grace, which unlocks the fullness of life. Because again, unfortunately, we have this 5-to-1 tendency of looking more at what we don't have, or we would like to get, or we would like to achieve, and that never can bring us happiness, because it already creates some kind of a struggle about, well, what about this and what about that? But if we instead, knowing the importance of this G vitamin, that it has an enormous effect in the functioning of our immune system. I mean, there are many, many studies that show how stress and negativity affect our circulatory system, our blood pressure, affects our digestion, affects our sleep. We can't sleep so well because we are worrying and stressing and keeping busy. And the counterpart of that is gratitude. Gratitude is being in the present, appreciating the gifts that we are receiving. And it's, in a way, it's a little bit tragic, but it helps us to understand more that we appreciate things when we start losing them. So maybe we took our hearing for granted, or our eyesight for granted, and then as it diminishes, we realize it's so precious that I still can see some light, or I can still see some forms, and so instead of waiting to losing what we have, let's appreciate what we already have that we were not appreciating before. So start with the most basic things, like being able to breathe. If you are alive, it's because you can breathe, right? So, okay, let's appreciate that. And if we think a little bit, I mean, we receive so much, so much every day. Also in the food we eat and how that food came into our table, and the amazing, everything that's present in it, like the rain and the sunlight and the earth and the people that cultivated it and the people that picked it up and the people that brought it to the shelves or wherever, or to the farmer's market. And then finally we have it, and there it is in our mouth, and we are tasting it and giving thanks also for our amazing organism that allows us to taste it, and that allows us to digest it and then take from it nutrients for ourselves. And if you have some time, do a little research in internet about the organism, about your body. It's said to have 37 trillion cells, more than 100 times the amount of stars in our galaxy. And just to think, how do we come to be this incredible organism that all these cells coordinate to keep us alive? And what an amazing privilege and gift to have been born with the capacity to think and to appreciate and to be a human being and go through these different experiences. So as we were saying a moment ago, one of the practices is bringing the hands here and breathing and accompanying ourselves, and also at that moment feeling the gratitude. I love to sit in the sunlight, or even visualizing or remembering having received that sunlight and the enormous pleasure that it is to breathe in that light. So let's now practice the inner smile, which is a beautiful practice that can be done as we remember the sunlight or the moonlight, if you prefer. And it's a Taoist practice, and it's goes like this. We sit in a comfortable position with the spine straight. And we can bring one hand to the heart and another to the abdomen. And we are inhaling slowly, gently, and deeply, like sighing. And exhaling, inviting the body to relax. Thank you. The arms and shoulders would be like drapes hanging down. And now as we breathe, we are going to visualize the sun kissing our third eye. And the enormous pleasure of breathing and being alive. Receiving this energy, this light, this smile. And exhaling, letting go of still any tensions that could be in the body, the mind. Every time we inhale, we remember the sunlight or the moonlight, if you prefer. And now it spreads to our face. And we have a gentle smile in the lips. Taking the plentifulness of the sunlight in. Inhaling light, now exhaling light also. We smile. And just keep inhaling. Now that light keeps coming down through your neck into your heart and meets your hands, which are touching your heart area. And you feel yourself taking this beautiful light, healing light. If you feel well, exhaling light. If you feel sad, exhaling the darkness, the sadness that you have. But every time you inhale, taking in the light and smiling to the light, even if it is small smile, whatever you can manage. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I've been breathing out, and I give thanks for being alive. So the inner smile is smile that you visualize in your face, and it comes down to your heart, and you stay there at your heart for a moment, taking in this light. And exhaling light if you're feeling well, and layers and layers of like a dark vapor if you're feeling sad. Now this light expands to your chest, to your arms and hands, to your abdomen. Keep breathing in the plentifulness of life with the light. And giving thanks for being alive. And for other blessings in your life. Maybe at this moment you remember people that have supported you as you were growing up, teachers, grandchildren, whomever brings you a smile, whether they are alive or not, sensing having been loved and still being loved, or whatever measure of having experienced love. If this triggers in yourself a sense of loneliness, keep sensing this touch at your heart, inhaling deeply and sensing this wonderful light that comes and touches you as you inhale. Feeling that like a form of love. And the light keep expanding through your legs, and your feet, and your hands, and your arms. Like a big smile. And again, for some of us, at some moments, it's difficult to smile, it's difficult to take in the light, then just keep coming back to the touch of your hands at your chest and to your inhaling slowly, gently, and deeply, and exhaling, inviting the body to relax. You always can come back to that as an anchoring practice. The longer exhalation triggers your vagus nerve, triggers your relaxation response. Just 3 more breaths, inhaling slowly, gently, and deeply. And this time, as you exhale, you are sending love to somebody who you love or someone who you know is struggling. And the love multiplies within you, and it also touches the person that you're sending it to. Visualize the person receiving this blessing, feeling that her burden or his burden is lifted, bed lifted. We are embodied spirit, and there are no limits in the way we can connect with each other. Sending love and opening ourselves to receive the love that's sent our way. From the universe, from other people. From ourselves to ourselves is a healing way. And it always helps when you have your hands here, right at the lungs and the heart and at the sea of tranquility point, and you are inhaling slowly, gently, and deeply, and exhaling, sensing a sense of grounding. We're sending love to each other with a big smile. Okay, 3 more breaths, and we'll complete this practice. Sending love to someone in our community. And imagining the person receiving the love, someone who we know is struggling. Thank you. I could stay here for the whole day, just sending and receiving loves. These transmissions. The more we send it, the more it multiplies in us. So it's a wonderful, wonderful practice. So let's do little movement practice, something that helps a lot also at some moments when we need to develop resilience and coming back from perhaps a state of depression or just feeling the need to let go of some tension that has been accumulated. Another movement that's really, really wonderful is this one. You just go up, stretching up as you inhale. And then up there, you're going to create fists like this, where you are up, and then you're going to bring these fists down while you still have the air inside, like if you are lowering some heavy blinds. So all the way down until the hands touch your thighs, and then the hands open, and that's when you exhale and release. So let me see, it's a bit difficult to bring everything into the view, but okay, so we are inhaling with the hands are open. When they arrive to the highest extension, we create the fist, and the fists are going to be positioned in this position. And then coming down, like bringing down the blinds, and when the fist arrive to the fist arrive to the thighs, then we are opening the hands and exhaling. Okay, so let's go. Inhale. Really up, create those fists. Let's lower those blinds while still keeping the air inside. So what you are doing is you are actually experiencing the tension, holding it. And then at the end, you open the hands and exhale. And let all the tension out. And what's happening also is when you bring your hands up and stretch, you create more space inside. And as you have inhaled and now you're bringing the hands down slowly, you are concentrating all that tension physically. And then at the end, when you open your hands and go, you let go of all that. Okay, so let's do 5 of this. Inhaling up. Okay. And a little smile. Two more. One more. Up. Great. Lovely. Wonderful. Okay, I think at this point we could do just little stretches and get up and move around the room 2-3 times, whatever kinds of stretches you like. Or if you are sitting, also any stretch that you might like, or anything. Maybe you want to drink some water. It's 12:17. Let's say 4 or 5 minutes for you to do whatever you like to do. Okay. The movement for the silk brocade, that's called the white crane spread his wings, is like this. we inhale, we bring the hands up, and let's say I'm looking now to my left hand. I'm going to bring the left hand towards me as I exhale. And then I'm going to keep exhaling as I bring the hand away from me. And then I go up, inhaling. So one hand goes up and the other hand goes down, pressing down. And then eventually the hand that was up opens up and comes down. And that's a white crane spreads its wings. And we do it on both sides. So we inhale, bring the other hand towards ourselves. Exhale, inhale. One hand goes really up and the other really down. One towards the heavens and the other towards the earth. And then that hand that was up, it's stretched and down. Now I like to think that when I'm inhaling and I'm looking, let's say, to my left hand, and I'm looking at the problem I'm working with or the difficulty, and then I bring it close to me as I begin to exhale, and I create a little bit more of a space as I continue to exhale. Now, as I inhale and I open myself to the support of the heaven and the earth, I'm opening myself to inspiration on how to work with this. How can even this be an opportunity to greater understanding? And then that hand that was up is like the wing of the white crane that's ready to flight with new inspiration. It comes all the way down. Same with the other hand. Inhale. As I begin to exhale, contemplate the problem or the difficulty that I'm going through and create a little bit more of a space. And then inhale, it goes up. One hand goes up, the other hand goes down, receiving the support from the heavens and the earth. And then opening up to inspiration as I receive that support. The wing gets unfolded, expanded. The white crane stretches its wing to flap. So let's go and do it standing. Yeah, find a place where you can practice. Okay, so let's practice this movement that comes from Qigong, the system, thousands years old system from China that understands the same as classical yoga, understands a human being as a continuity of body, mind, and spirit. So we are practicing resilience and inner guidance, opening ourselves to resilience and inner guidance through one movement from the eight silk brocade, and it's called the white crane spreads its wing. So we stand with the feet shoulder width apart, body straight and relaxed. Find the contact with the floor by raising and lowering your toes and maybe moving the body a little bit forward and backwards or sideways until you find this natural way of staying standing in balance. And also to find inner alignment, we visualize the head like a sphere perfectly balanced on top of the sphere of the chest, and those two spheres perfectly balanced on top of the sphere of the abdomen, and an unbroken column of energy running through the very center of these three spheres. So we stand straight and relaxed, and we are going to practice the white crane spreads its wing, which is like this. We inhale, raise our hands and arms to the height of the heart. One hand comes towards the chest, and then it pushes away from the chest, and then that hand that was pushing away goes up, and the other goes down, stretching in both directions, receiving the support from the heavens and the earth. and opening ourselves to inspiration. Then we spread our wing. The white crane spreads its wing. And then we repeat with the other hand. We raise both hands and arms as we inhale. Exhale as you bring the hand towards your chest. Keep exhaling as you bring the hand away from your chest. Inhale as that hand goes up and the other goes down, opening yourself to inspiration. And then exhale, lowering your arm, spreading your wings. So as applied to some difficulty we might be having in the inhale, contemplate that difficulty as we bring the hand towards our chest. Bring that which is with us, we recognize it and accept it, and then at some point we create a little bit more of a space, allowing that to move away from our chest a bit, and we open ourselves to inspiration. Slow movement, total extension of one hand down towards the earth and the other receiving the energy from the heavens. And also in our mind and heart, opening ourselves to inspiration, to new insight, to inner guidance. And then spreading our wing and finding new grounding, new inspiration. Same with the other side. Inhaling, exhaling, exhaling, inhaling. Slow movement of opening up and noticing the expansion in your chest and the support you're receiving all the time from the earth and the heavens. Receiving inspiration, finding new grounding. Let's do it one more time on each side. Noticing how you feel. Of course, you can do this as many times as you like. And the more you do it, the more present you are with the practice, the more you're bringing this relaxation response, this opening to inspiration in an embodied way. If you can remember the movement, inhaling, exhaling, exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling. Hope you remember some of these and that you develop your own daily practice of gratitude, resilience, and inner guidance. Thank you. Thank you for being with us. Thank you.